Q&As, Ask Me Anything live. So whoever's joining, I'll be answering any potential questions you might have about moving to the Czech Republic, living here, starting a business here, finding accommodation, getting health insurance, bringing your family, and everything else you might want to ask about. It just usually takes 2 minutes before people start joining and start asking first questions. So if you're just watching the recording, maybe like skip to minute 2 or minute 3 maybe, and then there will be already some questions and I will be answering and everything. Until then, it's usually boring me doing weird stuff, flying and all that. But after 2 minutes it usually starts being kind of interesting. So guys, thank you for joining, the 2 of you watching. Ask me anything about moving to the Czech Republic, living here, finding accommodation, getting health insurance or health insurance in general, starting a business, anything you want to know, I'll be happy to answer if I know the answer. Which is likely, but not 100%. Yeah, we're getting to 2 minutes, so that's usually where people start asking questions. So let's see if the same thing happens today as well. Because if not, I'll probably cut the live stream at like 5 minutes and I'll go home. I usually go to sleep, or I'm aiming to go to sleep at 10. Not saying it works out all the time, but that's my preferred bedtime. Maybe a bit earlier if I could sleep. But yeah, 10 is the time. So 8 o'clock is almost like I'm getting ready. But for the next 20 minutes or 5 minutes, we'll see on how many people will join. I'm here for you, answering any questions you might have about everything. Ramjan Bernardo, ahoy Jan, watching from the Philippines. Greetings to the Philippines. We have a lot of Filipino clients, so I could probably start like learning the language, but not yet. Wasim Yahune, are they gonna ask me in the interview about my level in Czech language for student visa in the program though in English? Why would they ask you that? If you study in English? I don't think so, no. If you were studying in Czech, then potentially yes, but they might ask you about the level of your English. Dorzila. Hello, Dorzila. Thank you for joining. Kabayan. Is it hello, sexy? Hello, Kabayan. Hello, sexy. I hope so. Mukesh. Hello, sir. Hello, Mukesh. Thank you for the greetings, guys. Start asking some questions as well. That would be useful. Hello, NS. 15 people joined, watching, and no questions at all. Of course, I'm not counting Wasim Yahuni because I answered that already. So, Mukesh, I'm from India. Nice to have you here. We have also a lot of Indian clients, but it's kind of difficult to get Indians here. So, do you love India? I've never been, so hard to say. But I'm pretty sure I would find something I like there because it's a huge country and you seem to have everything from the sea to the lakes to mountains to people to food to everything. So I'm sure I would enjoy some of it. Dorzila, hi Sir Jan, is there any specific day that the MY approved the visa? It's more than 2 months for me now. Every day I'm waiting for the results. Yeah, it's always on Monday. If it's not before 10 o'clock in the morning, then you need to wait until the next Monday. They don't work the rest of the week. No, of course not. That's like, I've done multiple videos about that. And I answered it here as well pretty often. They don't care. They don't care if they have 60 days and it's been 90 days. They don't really care. They approve it when they approve it. And until then, generally, you just have to wait. Mukesh Suthar, where are you from? I'm from the Czech Republic, from Prague. NS, can I ask something from here, Jan? Of course, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here reading your questions and comments. Open Q&As, ask me anything. Dorzila, my goodness. Yeah, no, that's just how it is. Like, imagine it's no computers, that's like a person. So let's say, I don't know where you're from, Dorzila, I don't remember that, sorry. But let's say you're from India. You applied today. It will take at least 3 weeks before your documents are actually delivered to the Czech Republic and before someone starts working on them, because the documents must go physically from the embassy to the MOI somewhere in the Czech Republic, and then some manager must give them to some person who will start making the decision. Morocco, okay. So that's probably a bit faster, but still might take 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks before someone starts working on your application. And then they start like checking your application, but they usually cannot check everything at once because they need to contact your school, maybe check something about the accommodation, read the transcript of the interview, all that. Then they get sick, or then they just like have a bit too longer coffee, and then they leave it for tomorrow, and then they start working on someone else and they forget about your case. It's kind of, it's people, and they definitely don't deal only with your application. Every decision maker at the ministry has like hundreds of files. Some of them might have priority because, I don't know, not priority like VIP, but priority like they were waiting for something and they got it, so now they can actually work on that, so they do that first. So yeah, there is no way of knowing when you get approved. Terry, hello, it's been 29 days since I have applied the Czech language course. Average, how many days does it take? Yeah, so that's, I've been talking about that. I've done a video, which is one of the most popular videos I've done, I believe. It's called The Biggest Lie in Czech Immigration. And then I've done one more, and that talks about this. Basically, there are some official deadlines given by the law. So for example, for an employee card, it's 60 to 90 days maximum for the approval time. For other, let's say you will be applying for other purpose of stay, so it's also 60 to 90 days, but doesn't mean anything. It can be approved within a month. It can take like 7 months. You never know. They don't care. The legal deadline does not really mean anything. It's kind of like, it would be good if we could approve it before then, but if we don't, what will you do? Will you sue the Czech government? Probably not. So they don't care. Mukesh, what car you have? I don't have a car. If I need a car, I borrow it, I rent it. So I don't have a car. Rem Gem Bernardo, looking forward to experience the Wenceslas Square. Yeah, now enjoy it. That's full of workers, because it's half of it is under reconstruction. They're building a new tram line there, and they're reconstructing a lot of things, and they're building a huge reservoir for water, so they can water the plants there or the trees. So yeah, if you like construction for the next year or so, you'll enjoy it. Dorzila, and I start counting the day I saw my application number on IPC. Okay, now, so okay, they officially have from when you submit the documents, so it's been even more, I think, for you. So NS, I previously spent approximately 1 year from foreign country as a student in last 3 years. Now I'm in process of applying for a long-term residence permit outside of the Czech Republic. Do I have to take police check? Yes. You need criminal check from the country of origin and from all the countries where you have lived for more than 6 months in the last 3 years. So if you lived somewhere for a year, you should get a criminal check from there. Of course, it depends on if the ministry finds out. You should tell them, obviously, so I'm definitely not telling you to lie or anything, but if you lived in Japan, they don't have a way of accessing the database in Japan, so they will not know. But obviously, you should tell them during the interview if they ask you, and you should also write it in the application form if it was, for example, your last address. So you should tell them, and yes, then you need also a criminal check from the country where you lived for more than 6 months. So gonna wait on Monday again, no more check-in tomorrow. Well, I think it's a good approach. um, but actually, funny thing, that's not only, obviously I was joking, but couple years ago, the system was that you couldn't check it online. The check-in online thing is couple years old. And before then, you had to, every Monday morning, you had to go to the website of the Ministry of the Interior and you had to download an Excel table. And then if your application number was in the Excel table, you were approved. If it was not there, you were either denied or you were still in process. And that was really like this, that you had to download it on Monday morning and then again next Monday. That was an Excel table, and that wasn't like too long ago. That was like 7 years ago maybe. So like approving it once a week on Monday morning was not actually far from truth. It was just like a couple years ago. Is it mandatory because it will take too much time taking this document from overseas? You can try to submit the application without that, but I would definitely recommend working on that, because if the ministry requests that, they will give you 2 weeks to get it or 1 month to get it, and you might not make it in time. And even if you make it in time, then it will delay your approval time, and then they might deny the application because your school started already. So I would definitely start working on that right away if you can. Can I use a Visa card issued by a Philippines digital bank in withdrawals on ATM or payment in stores? How would I know? Ask the bank, man. Visa card issued by a Philippines digital bank. I have no idea. I think you should check with the bank. They might know better. Ramjam Bernardo, how do you know all of that? Are you one of the visa applications interviewer? I wanted to say I wish, but I definitely don't wish that. I've been doing this for 13 years, I think, so I have some experience. NS, thank you, Jan. My pleasure. Hopefully that helps. You get approved. You'll be living in the Czech Republic happily ever after. Arun KB, regarding the employee card application, is it feasible to concurrently apply for a residence permit for a spouse? I don't know what you mean, Arun. Please rephrase your question. Employee card application, is it feasible to concurrently apply for a residence permit for a spouse? Like that you would like to apply for both, like an employee card and then a family reunification? Or you would like to apply for an employee card and your spouse would at the same time apply for a family reunification? Please specify, I'll be happy to answer, but I don't get the question, honestly. But I have a pen. I have a pen. I have a pen. Yeah, that's my mood today. Chamuki Bazuki, hey, nice to see you, man. It's been a long time. You wouldn't ever want to work for the MOI. I'm sure you have a lot of ideas for improvement. Yeah. Nah, probably not. Maybe as a, like, you know, the Ministry of the Interior, maybe. Like the Minister of the Interior, maybe. But other than that, nah. Running our own business is so fulfilling that I would not want that. I would not work for anyone else anymore. And the ministry, that's government, you know. So working for, okay guys, so getting personal. I actually studied environmental protection, and from the very young age, I always wanted to like help the nature, help the environment, like save the world from this perspective. And then when I started studying, and I realized that if you work for the ministry, or even if you work like wherever in the government, you actually are not really making much of a change. You can, of course, and obviously in like your small, like if you're responsible for the part of the city, you could actually make some changes, and that influences people, blah blah blah. All that's great, but that's not like me. I wanted to have a bigger impact, and I think that you can have it as a business person way more. You can influence way more than a politician, and also you can influence it in your own life. So I would not want to work for the MOI. Arun KB, is it possible to apply for an employee card and spouse residence permit together with an employee card application? I still don't get it. Arun, which one is it? So you personally want to apply for both employee card and family reunification, or you want to apply for employee card and someone else for a family reunification? Which one is that? Ramjan, wow, thanks, nice. Děkuji, Jan, for giving us idea about concerns applying to Praha. All the best, man. What concerns did I give you? Dorzilla, hit the like button, please, peeps. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ruman Miach. I'm a citizen of New Zealand, currently living in New Zealand. I'm willing to move to the Czech Republic. My visa got declined previously 4 times in New Zealand. Do I need to declare to Czech Republic? Not really. No, but the question is why she got denied. Because if she got denied for being an internationally wanted terrorist, probably she will not get a Czech visa either. If she got denied because your marriage certificate is fake, probably that will be the same result in the Czech Republic. So it kind of depends on what was the reason. And you also, like, if you are the main applicant moving to the Czech Republic, so how strong is your application and how you time it, how you plan it. So it's the Czech Republic does not have a way of knowing who was denied in New Zealand, so they will not know that. On the other hand, there might be the same rules for different immigration processes. So if there is some serious reason why you were denied in New Zealand, you might get denied here as well for the same reason, but that will not be because the ministry saw she got denied 4 times in New Zealand already, but because we have the same standards, for example, if you know what I mean. Chunky Bazuki, that's awesome. It's so cool you are in charge of your own future now as a business owner. Yeah, I like that as well. Obviously, it's hard sometimes, but it's better to be hard and doing it for yourself, in my opinion, than being it hard and doing it for someone else. So, yeah. Kamel Mohammed. Hello, Jan. Me and my girlfriend are getting married. I want to apply for family reunification to bring her here. I have a blue card here in Czech Republic. Is it possible to apply from inside Czech, or she has to apply from Czech embassy at her country? Depends on where she is from. So if you let me know where she's from, then I will be able to tell you. And where are you from, of course. And congratulations, of course, on getting married. But yeah, let me know the nationalities of you and her, and I will be able to tell you more. And until then, I'll be dancing for you. She's from Tunisia, I'm from Syria. Okay. Yeah, well, okay. Now, then, yeah, of course, she will have to apply from at the Czech embassy in Tunisia. Why I was like thinking a bit is that if you were Czech, then getting married in Tunisia or Egypt or Algeria, wherever, very likely she would never get here because there are plenty of fake marriages and the ministry like denies most of the applications for family reunification. So I would be a bit skeptical in that case. If you're from Syria, already holding some residence permit in the Czech Republic, that should be doable, but she will definitely need to apply through a Czech embassy. Arun KB, hey, my friend got a job in Prague and he wants to move his family there. When he applies for his employee card, can he also apply for a family reunification visa at the same time? He's from the UK. Okay, now, yeah, this I understand. Thank you. Because it might sound like I'm asking like stupid questions or whatever, but in your head it makes sense. You know, if you write a question, can I apply for employee card and family reunification at the same time? It makes sense in your head because you know your friend and you know his situation, but I have no idea about like the situation, so I need to first understand what the situation is before I can give proper advice. So that's why I'm asking, and every word might matter as well. So this I understand. So if If there is a friend who wants to apply for an employee card and then he has a family and the family wants to apply for family reunification, that's possible. Yeah, they can apply all at the same time, but obviously he cannot apply for them. They need to apply themselves. So they need to have separate appointments. They need to have separate lists of documents or separate set of documents. Also depends on like how solid is his application of your friend, because if he has some kind of weird job and in some like small kebab shop here, might be better to first get approved himself and then bring the family. If he has like a corporate job or some like solid company job then and high salary, all that, they can all apply at the same time. Then also it depends, because if they want to apply at the same time, the family will not be able to apply for a residence permit. They can only apply for a visa, which is fine. That's family as well. They can come all together, but they will not be able to work, for example. In general, of course, if they are from the UK all, then yes, they have free access to the labor market because of the nationality. But if they were from some other non-EU country, they might not be able to work because there is some waiting time for the employee cards, family members. So yeah, but they can all apply at the same time if the applications are solid. So guys, let's do 3 more minutes and then I'll go home. Or maybe I'll sleep here. I might sleep here. We'll see. That's nice here. Anyway. Arun, thanks. I really appreciate your help. Sorry for the confusion. No worries, Arun KB. Wow. Kabel Mohammed, cheers. Thank you, Han. Thank you very much. You're probably the first person who ever tipped me here, so thank you very much. Yeah, I've got some of the stickers or something before, but it was a long time ago and I've never been tipped, so thank you very much. That's nice from you, really. Nurayek Rajek, ahoy from Lebanon, is studying master's PhD in engineering, good in Czechia. Engineering, I would say we have like one good school, which would be Czech Technical University. So if you're studying there, probably yes. If you're studying anywhere else, that's questionable. Ruman Miach, is it possible to get family reunification visa under temporary residency for Bangladesh national? It's always possible to get a family reunification if the main applicant already holds some long-term visa, long-term residence permit in the Czech Republic. Then it just depends on the exact situation. But if you already live here, you want to bring here your family, that's always possible. Then it depends on many things, because Ministry of the Interior started denying a lot of applications now where the family were apart for 2-3 years. So if you live here for 3 years, your wife is in Bangladesh for 3 years and you visited each other once in 3 years, probably your family reunification will be denied, because how are you a family if you've seen each other once in 3 years? But other than that, you can generally get a family reunification for sure. And let me put a like here. Wow. Well, come on. It's really nice from you. Gmail user. Bro, why you speak in an Indian accent? Are you Indian? Am I speaking in an Indian accent? But yeah, I'm 25% Indian. If you look at my genes, then yeah, obviously not, no. Okay guys, 30 seconds left. One more question. One more question. You're amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Everyone watching the live stream is amazing, because without you, there will be no live stream, guys. So thank you for being here. We have 10 seconds left, so let's do one more question if you have any. If you don't, then I will wish you good night, and now I'll go home, go to sleep, and you do the same. Okay, so there doesn't seem to be any more questions. So guys, thank you very much for joining the live stream. Do you know any Indian language? Not really. We have a lot of Indian clients, but I haven't really learned much. Of course, I know like some like Hindi, the names or that, but I don't know any words in that. Good night, Suryan. Thanks. How long does it take family reunification process? Long-term visa, 60 to 90 days to get approved. Long-term residence permit up to 270 days, but usually also 60 to 90, plus, let's say, 2 months of preparation. So 6 months roughly. So, guys, thank you very much for joining. I will see you again next time. And as always, have a good night. Thank you for being here, and I will see you again Monday, Thursday, Monday, Thursday, until the end of the world. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.